Hello and welcome. In this video, we'll look at how to add the Evolv AI script tag to your website so you can start optimizing and discovering better user experiences today. We'll talk about getting started with the asset manager, adding the script tag with your environment ID, customizing user IDs, and how to add optional attributes for further customization. Let's begin. The Asset Manager is a script that Evolv AI uses to manage the expected experience for each user. When a web page loads, the Asset Manager talks to the Experience Accelerator and requests the code to render each user's experience. The Experience Accelerator is responsible for deciding which experience a user should see. It uses the environment and user IDs from the Asset Manager to allocate a combination of variants and generate the necessary code to render the experience. It then sends the code back to the Asset Manager to run when the page loads. We provide both client and server-side implementation. Each method of implementation supports different configurations to work better with your technology to maximize the effectiveness of your optimizations. We'll discuss the simplest way to add the script tag to your website, and we'll cover more advanced implementations in another video. We recommend adding the script directly into the head tag that loads on every page of your website. The higher it appears within the tag, the quicker it loads before the page content does, which reduces the chance of flicker. Page flicker happens when the contents of the page load before the optimization renders. Since your optimizations will change the page styles, you don't want the page to render before the treatment is applied. By loading the experience quickly, we ensure the changes get rendered as soon as possible. There are two things the Asset Manager needs to work: an environment ID and a user ID. You can think of environments as containers for your optimization projects. You can create environments for production or staging websites, mobile apps, or other digital assets where Evolv AI will run. To find your environment ID, log into the Evolv AI Manager and select the Environments option. Find the environment you want to use and copy the API key. Update the value for the Data Evolv environment attribute in the script tag, and you're all set. I did mention you'll need two things for the script to work. The user ID is how Evolv AI identifies new and returning users. It gets used by the Experience Accelerator to allocate users to experiences and return the code needed by the Asset Manager to render those experiences. You probably already use some form of customer ID, either generated yourself or from an analytics provider. We recommend using your existing customer ID for consistency in your data. It will help establish parity between your project data in the Evolv AI Manager and your systems or third-party integrations like analytics. Using your existing ID is easy. If your website knows the ID when the page loads, you can add the Data Evolv UID attribute in the script tag and set the value to the known ID. If the ID is not immediately known, you can set the Data Evolv Lazy UID attribute to true and set the user ID yourself when it becomes available. If you don't set the ID in the script tag or use the Lazy UID option, a user ID is generated for you. This approach helps test the implementation of the script, or when you aren't generating IDs yourself. You can customize the Asset Manager by setting various optional attributes in the script tag. I'll talk you through the most common attributes and when to use them. If your website is a single-page application, like React or Angular, set the Data Evolv push state attribute to true. This tells the script to run every time someone moves from one page to another. Without it, we won't be able to pick up on URL changes that don't cause a page reload. The Asset Manager supports cookie consent. Set the Data Evolv require consent attribute to true, and the system won't allocate users to combinations or render changes until it receives the necessary consent from the website after the user approves. Add the consent code to your website to run when the user accepts cookies. The Asset Manager will start the allocation and rendering process upon accepting consent. The Asset Manager is now ready for you to start optimizing with Evolv AI. For more information on configuring the script tag, visit support.evolv.ai and check out the Add the Script Tag article on the homepage.